It is so decided. In accordance with Rule 39 of the Council's Provisional Rules of Procedure, I invite Mr. Antonio Guterres, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, to participate in this meeting.
From fleeing Syria because of the opposition groups which are struggling to stop these killings in Syria. All the refugees coming to Turkey and other neighboring countries are fleeing from the Syrian regime, not from other forces. The Syrian people are the victims of this oppression. Mr. President, the situation in Syria has long been a threat to international peace and security. This falls directly under the responsibility of the UN Security Council. It is the duty of the Council to take action in developing required responses to the pressing challenges that Syria poses today. Therefore, we appeal to the members of the Council to take responsibility in putting an end to the atrocities committed against the people of Syria, enable the democratic transition in accordance with the legitimate demands of the people, and thereby to restore security and stability in this part of the world. We all have interest in the developments in Syria. Our views can diverge, but our objectives, I believe, converge. We are all for the security, stability, and prosperity of Syria. Whether the UN can represent the good conscience of the international community and act in accordance with it or not. In other words, whether it can translate humanity into practice or not. So far, the track record has not been promising. For instance, when the UN Arab League Joint Special Envoy, Mr. Kofi Annan, took up his job on 23rd February, the number of Syrians seeking protection in Turkey was around 10,000. When the first group of UN monitors arrived in Syria on 16th of April, the number of refugees went up to 25,000. When the UN monitors left on 20th of August, it was 70,000. Today, it is more than 80,000. The UN cannot afford to fail in this test. The failure of the UN on such an issue would be irremediable. Particularly, the regional implications could be disastrous. We are taking necessary steps to minimize the negative ramifications of the situation in Syria, on Jordan, Iraq, and particularly on Lebanon, as the regional security and stability is our national priority. However, the longer the pressure from the crisis in Syria continues to build on, the more difficult it will be to keep all the neighboring countries in the region immune from the ripple effects. All these rendered the task of new Joint Special Envoy, Mr. Brahimi, a daunting one. We welcome his appointment and wish every success. He will receive our full support as his predecessor did.